Shit that ain't down, boy. Shit that ain't down.
I think we're good.
Sit it down.
I think we're good.
I think we're good. I hope we're good.
Yes, sir. Who there?
Lobbing it up.
It might help if I go on to this.
Lobbing it up.
So I can see the feed.
Every day we be shouting it up.
So I can see the feed.
Should have kept this on for information purposes, man. Just had this like looking some stuff up.
But I gotta see the chats too.
Yeah, I can see them all here. What's good? Appreciate that. Onion says we're awesome. I don't believe it, but
Onion.
Did I read it wrong?
Yeah, I think you read it wrong though. Oh no. Never mind.
Go make me cry, man.
Yes, sir. I gotta have some energy.
Drinking, man. I need some.
Get y'all some extra, man.
Give me some of that.
Come
on, man. I need some to drink too, man. I need some energy.
I got 2 on for me.
I stayed until like 5 o'clock last night.
2 on for me.
This morning.
Hey, man. Julia's song was just on InfoWars, man. If y'all,
y'all go check out.
Y'all go check her out, man.
Julia's song.
She just got off.
Julia's song.
Oh snap! I got this
black
playing.
Brazilian.
I was supposed to put it on mute. I'm tripping.
Brazilian.
But yeah, man. I had to go through all 3.
Hump Day Dump Day. The day after Hump Day Dump Day.
I've been saying this ain't Hump Day. Hump Day was yesterday.
Yeah, the day after Hump Day Dump Day. Hump Day Dump Day. Sat on the wall. Hump Day Dump Day. Had a great fall. Oh, you messing up. Hey, we trying to get some stuff squared right.
They ain't showing. But that either way.
It's all good. It's all G.
Either way.
It'll be all right.
The YouTube
hey, y'all.
Showing.
What's up, man? Y'all talk to us, man. How y'all doing out there? Speak to us. Let's make sure the chat's working all right, man. Tell us what's up, man. What's up? What's going on? How's everyone's Thursday going?
The chat was enabled. I didn't take it off.
Y'all work today? Anybody out there go to work today? Y'all getting into any altercation with y'all employers today?
That's why you don't reached over here and took it anyway, you thief. Go in the refrigerator, give me another.
You gave it to me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Replay this. Replay this. Your black behind handed this to me.
God dang, that's a good one too.
I did not steal this like I stole your water.
Dang. Whatever.
You gave it to me.
That's fine. You gave me some dog food earlier today. That's fine. My dog needed some food.
I fed his dog. See how you do, man? I keep his dog alive, and then he's gonna be hateful. Like
another thing, we're gonna be on with the Magnificent at 8 tonight. So
yeah, y'all check it out. Y'all follow Magnificent. If y'all don't follow Magnificent, you need to check it out. He's on the front lines of this conservative battle. Yeah.
What you sound like it?
I'm just saying, man.
Appreciate
that.
Good God. Southern California.
8 p.m. our time, yeah.
Yeah, our time. EST.
Two classic gentlemen.
There you go.
March Madness. What's good, man?
We came on here
What's going on a little bit, brother?
To talk about
Maryland just won. Interesting. Maryland just won. Talking about March Madness.
Oh. Oops. I ain't been keeping up with that.
Tighter thing.
I'm looking at this other March Madness.
Oh, yeah.
That we got going on over in New Zealand.
Oh, God. That is March Madness. That's definitely March Madness.
We got off the live stream last night, and I went into the living room, and I looked at the TV, and they were talking about, they banning everything.
Is that what they said?
She said they were banning
Jacinda Ardern. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. How do you say that? The Prime Minister of New Zealand? How to say it. Y'all, like, how do you say the Prime Minister's name in New Zealand? Y'all tell me, like,
they can't tell
Jacinda. What do you mean? You know how Google does. You know, you got the pronunciation. Like, you can spell it out.
Yeah,
and you can tell me if I'm saying it wrong.
Either way, whatever her name is, she got up there and she was like, they banning the sale of, which they banning them. Military style weapons.
Military style semi-auto and assault rifles, right?
She separated them though. The way she said it.
Military style.
She said military style weapons. Then she said something else.
I thought it was just
Then she said assault weapons.
Yeah, assault weapons.
It was separated in 2 different categories. It wasn't like she said military style assault weapons. No. It was 2 different categories.
Yeah.
They covering the whole game. Then different accessories that turn your weapon into an assault weapon.
Which is, I guess, it's saying automatic, right?
Yeah. So, and semi-auto weapons. Now, not just semi-automatic rifles. No. Semi-automatic firearms. That's pretty much everything.
Exactly. And that's kind of scary, man, because our government is trying to classify like a bump stock as an item that turns a semi-automatic into a fully automatic weapon. So I'm guessing she's going off that same interpretation of like items that change a gun into what do they call them? What is she calling them?
Assault weapon.
Assault weapon is what, and I guess they're using that, by the same book. So bump stocks, I guess, would be banned down there now.
Anything four grips.
Your belt.
What else?
Everybody will be walking
around.
Any
aesthetic things, man. Like you can't have none of that stuff on them.
But when we've talked about it before too, like you said, you seen the video where a guy uses his belt.
Oh yeah,
for the same purpose as a bump stock, and it doesn't
use a freaking stick.
Thing. One guy uses a stick for the same purpose. So basically, everyone in New Zealand now is going to be walking around with their pants sagging. Do your pants hang low? Do they wobble to the floor?
It just ain't gonna have nothing at all. What's going to end up happening? Off one shooting.
That's what gets me though. I'm like, how many people in New Zealand have the exact same weapons as this guy had? Because I think they have like what, 5 million. So the population is like 5 million, and then it's like 1.5 guns that they're predicting. They can't really be 100%, but you got about 1.5 million firearms and like 5 million people. I'm like, yo, it's one guy, one man. He used what? Maybe a couple of firearms.
Basically, what they're trying to do, they're trying to ban everything that he had with him at the time.
Yeah.
Which is psychotic.
Yeah. He was like a shotty in the video.
Yeah, he was shotgun too. He used a lot of stuff, man. But my thing is like this: you ban those, but I guarantee that the government of New Zealand ain't giving up Nathan.
Of course not.
They gonna still have every gun that they had that's on the list. They gonna still have them, just like our government still has automatic weapons. Exactly. And for some reason, we can't have them.
Yeah, they're banned.
Stupid law they made in 1934.
It was 34?
Yeah. It was 1934 gun act. I mean, yeah, Phones Act.
Yeah.
It was in 1934. Same year Pops was born. Well, you were born a bad year.
Bad year. Yeah, our Pops was born in 1934. But he made it all better, though. Because without him, there'll be no us. That is a bad year, but that's crazy to me. I'm like, how, if you don't know, like 1.5 million guns in the country.
Yeah.
5 million population, but off of one man and a couple firearms, you're getting ready to ban that. That just pretty much any law-abiding citizen. You just made them criminals. You just made these law-abiding citizens criminals off the actions of one person. So that's like one bad apple spoiling the whole bunch. However you want to use it, whatever analogy you want to use, like it's crazy.
It's ridiculous, man. But what's gonna come of this?
You just made a whole slew of criminals, man.
What's gonna come of this? What's gonna happen?
I don't know. What's gonna happen? You tell me.
Talking about precursors, man. What is this going to be a precursor of in their country?
When you say precursor, I think of Jack and Daxter, that old game on PS2.
Yeah, I know, right? They kept on talking about
precursor orb. It is a precursor.
But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of killing going on. In my prediction, now, because the criminals, they ain't giving up jack.
That's true.
They gonna keep trafficking guns through the black market because that's what happens.
Name one criminal. Y'all name one criminal on here who has followed the law ever. You tell me. Name one criminal who followed the law that they didn't follow.
They don't. That's why
I'm like, yo, if and that's what they want. They have a gun buyback program going. They're trying to set up a gun buyback program now in New Zealand, right? So, and they have predicted that they're going to spend like $200 million on this gun buyback program that they're putting up because they're going to compensate people like.
And they ain't gonna give them what the guns were.
No, they're not gonna give them what the guns were.
They're not gonna give them what the guns were.
That's what I'm saying. Like $2 million, you're gonna spend $2 million, but your population, your gun population is sitting somewhere around around 1.5 mil, but you're gonna spend like 200 mil on it. So what are you gonna give people like $100 for the gun?
Ain't no tell.
I mean, what? How do you break that down?
Can you put a price on that though? Can you put a price on your self-defense?
Of course, they're doing it. They're gonna do it,
and they're gonna give them up.
And some people are gonna give them up. I'm eager to see how many people are actually going to give up their firearms in New Zealand. That's going to be a telltale. I don't think the politicians are going to come out and be like, yeah, New Zealand did something good until they actually put this stuff into effect and see how many people
actually. They're already saying it.
Go with it. Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're already saying they did something good. Because they took the step and actually, like, enforced it.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
What they can't do here.
Yeah, exactly. What they can't do.
Because there's too many of us here.
Yeah. But they've done it before, though.
We've had
buyback programs in America before.
They have, but those are like in more liberal areas. Well, I hate saying liberal.
What are you gonna say? Well, people that actually put together. There was a federal government doing that, man. That was federally enacted. All right.
I don't know. It's just like I said with the precursor thing. It's a telltale what they trying to do here.
When they had one like in the 90s, right?
Everybody back in the 90s, yeah.
Yeah, and it was one before that, like years before that. So we had a couple of gun buybacks implemented into America. So
but you can't do it on a continental scale, though. You can't do it as a whole, like the whole nation.
Yeah,
it's too big. You can do it in a city, in small.
Yeah. Well, for it to be effective, you mean?
Yeah.
For people to actually, yeah.
Yeah, but if you try to do it on a national scale, it's gonna be a freaking war, man.
People shouldn't blame Trump for the New Zealand shooting because the guy was a fascist or something. The guy was a
the guy was a New Zealander,
man. I think he was a nihilist, man, a nihilist, or whatever you want to call it. I think he was like a nihilist or something, which basically means that nihilism is pretty much the belief that nothing exists. Like you have nothing. You don't believe in religion. You have no religion. You don't believe in religion. You don't believe in you have no moral compass. There is no morality. This life is meaningless. That's what the subscription to nihilism. That's what you believe, that life is meaningless. And people try to be like, some people say, yeah, it's like atheists or whatever, but like atheists, like they just don't think it's like God. They think reality is reality. They just have their own sense of reality. I guess. I mean, they have their own belief system. Like they believe that reality is that they have their own.
Yeah,
reality.
But there's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
And I guess you can kind of,
and that brings you into that type of mindset where, like, basically, like with the communists, it's like the same thing. Like you got to believe that there is no God, but to an extent.
But I think atheists still have some type of belief in some type of social order.
It depends.
Because I still haven't seen atheists that will, just go do something for no reason. Like, they believe what they believe. I don't agree with them, but they have reasons why they believe what they believe. But like a nihilist, like they're just like no social order, nothing. Like this existence is not even existence. It's weird. They're crazy. That's why I compare people like that to the Joker off of Batman. They're just cuckoo.
Yeah, but you got to have some type of daggone like consciousness that you like thinking like that. I don't know. It's a whole different.
That's why they crazy because
they know I know I'm crazy and I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm cool with being crazy. It's
I'm fine with it. I enjoy it
because the video. I mean, he's listening to this weird, happy, cheerful music, and then he's talking after he commits to shooting. He gets back in the car and he's driving down the street and he's just like, oh yeah, I dropped the magazine back there. Oh, I might have dropped 2 magazines back there. Oh, like I'm like, dude, the dude is psycho. And it seems like he's trying to psych himself out, but you can just tell he's gone. But yeah, that's why I think the belief system, I guess that he.
I don't care where he was. He's a freaking murderer.
Yeah, and it's just like once again we said it's one guy. To a population of millions of.
Like I said, we didn't. The reason we on here not to really sit there and focus on him.
Yeah, it really isn't. I just kind of said, wait.
Yeah, it's more about like the stuff that they're implementing after the fact. Mm-hmm. That's what our tyrannical representatives are trying to pattern our actions out. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to pattern our actions after this crap that just went on in New Zealand. Like something like this happens, and we knee-jerk react to it and say, "Oh, ban the guns." Screw the guy that did stuff. It won't his fault. No. He's insane. We're gonna put him in a nice asylum somewhere, and he'll live his days out there. But he got done what we wanted to get done. We wanted to take their guns, and we're gonna use this as a way to take their guns. Yeah. And you got the bleeding heart to sit there and step up to the line in front of the cameras and hand their gun to the police officer and say, "Yes, sir, here you go. It's this inanimate object's fault that this tragedy happened." I'm a little different. I say publicly execute that fool in front of everybody.
But the thing is too as well that I mean, I guess you gotta look at is the fact that this isn't the first time that they've been trying to compare us to another country. Look at Australia, which is like right there with New Zealand. We've been for years comparing, like praising New Zealand. I mean, praising Australia for what they did, praising Australia. So I mean, they had an issue with violence, mass shootings and stuff until like the late 90s or something. Well, they enacted, I can't remember what the bill that they passed or whatever it was, but they basically pretty much did what New Zealand just did. They pulled that same move, man. Had a gun buyback program, had to turn all your guns in, semi-automatics, automatic weapons, whatever.
See, but this ain't the first time, like, this done happened in history. Like, this done happened before.
I'm just, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. The precursors, like, you done had these situations before. What government does, what the governments do when these situations happen. No matter how it happens, no matter how they take your guns, what happens after they take your guns? Ultimately, what happens?
Yeah, ultimately.
People start dying.
Yeah.
At the hands of what? The big G. Start dying at the hands of your government. Why? Because you have no means to protect yourself.
I thought you were talking about God. I was like, God start killing people. What are you talking about, man? Jews, they be like, yeah, the big G.
No, I'm talking about the big G, which is the government.
Big little G.
Yeah. They think they're the big G.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what happens though.
We have given the people. It's always the people's fault. If you really want to place the blame where the blame really go, it's the people's fault. When they asked Benjamin Franklin, what that lady asked him what kind of government. I don't know if it's a true quote or not, but they say that woman asked him after they got out of the little meetings and stuff, like, what kind of government do we have? And he said, a republic, if you can keep it. Past 100 or so, maybe around, 150 years, doing a pretty bad job of keeping it. Been giving away rights left and right. Here, take this one. Here, take this one. All in the name of security. All in the name of security. Or comfort. One of the two. And at the end of the day, we won't be secure and we won't be comfortable.
Yeah.
Because they're going to own everything you have and they'll give it away and take it from under you whenever they want to. Why? Because you have no say-so, because you have nothing to protect yourself with. You have no teeth. A lot of bark, yeah, but you ain't got no teeth.
All bark, no bite.
What you gonna do?
But it happens. The thing is it happens slowly, like over time. So we'll say, we'll say right now, we'll be like, and a lot of people are still under the impression that no, left's not trying to take your guns, or gun regulations, or common sense gun reform, or whatever. That doesn't mean that they want all of your guns. We just want the dangerous ones. Those type of people have no clue.
And it's language. It's always language. They do it with language. When they say a semi-auto ban, your mind automatically goes to the AR-15.
The big bad gun.
Why? Because they put it on the pedestal and they boost it up so much. So you automatically think, oh, AR-15. No. When you say semi-auto, your 1911 is a semi-auto.
I believe your handguns are gone.
Some of your revolvers are semi-auto. If you don't have to sit there and pull the daggone hammer back every time you pull the trigger, it's a semi-automatic. The pull the trigger does the work.
So that's like you said, they changed the language. But they do it over time because one generation is not like the generation. Like we still have people here who understand this, and they taught their kids, and they taught their kids. So we understand this. There's a majority of Americans who understand that. So you can't do it with this generation. But we just keep picking at it little by little, and then there are people fighting. And like after this happened, like you said earlier, they do. You said they are talking about it. So and I was talking about that because like even AOC when it first happened, she was saying because the NRA was saying like talking about praying for the families and stuff. And she was like, what good are your prayers? They're no good. Basically, she's saying, like, we need action. We need legislation. And they do that. They do bring that gavel down every single time a shooting happens. And that seems like it's even outside of America. that's what happens. So she's like, yeah, what good are your prayers? They need to enact legislation. Okay. Now, Jacinda has enacted legislation. And now, boom.
There you go.
And now that's the same thing they want to do here. So, like, yeah, it just happens over time, though. So
yeah, and they do it gradually. You start out, you don't notice it, and then next thing you know, like, dang, yo, I can't go out my house, without a cop standing at my door.
And that's why they're doing it. So that's why it's one of the biggest things that we have to fight for. We talk about free speech a lot. We talk in Second Amendment. Why that is on a pedestal is because
it's your teeth.
It's too. I don't even know the number of guns in America. Like even
that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they can't do it that way with just changing terminology. It's going to take way too long because there are too many people teaching their children the proper meaning of the Second Amendment in America. So you can't do it. That's why you have to do it underhandedly. You have to do it underhandedly. So legislation is obviously the way it's going to get done. That's why I try to push this stuff underhandedly through. And if we're not keeping up with it and paying attention, then it's going to happen right before our eyes, man.
They run it under a property rights deal. Because if they can take the deal with the property rights, then they can take your gun. If they can undermine property rights, they can use that to take your guns, like civil asset forfeiture. Your neighbor can say, I feel unsafe beside this guy. I think he's dangerous. And then they come steal your stuff.
Yep, put you on the list. You got the no-fly list.
They'll come take your stuff. Then you got to go to the court to get your stuff back. But you ain't did nothing wrong. Apparently, they haven't proven that you've done nothing wrong. The burden of proof is supposed to be on the accuser.
Yeah.
So the guy that's saying that he feel unsafe, prove to the court system why you feel unsafe. Prove that he's unsafe. That's your job. You can't just take this man's stuff.
Exactly.
And you cannot take his stuff.
Guilty.
I'll be watching. I watch a lot of old westerns and stuff. And I used to be confused when they would like put somebody in jail and they take the stuff, and then when they let them out, they give him the stuff back. Give him the guns and stuff back. I'm like, why you giving him the guns and stuff back? He just tried to shoot somebody.
I like to egg a few politicians.
But it's his property.
Yeah. Exactly.
It belongs to him. You got to give it back to him.
You got to give it back to him. There's no reason why that's even being done when we're talking about being under the guise of the Constitution. Completely unconstitutional. But if we continue to let it happen and we don't speak about it when it does happen, guess what people are going to think?
Okay.
We got over on. Oh, we just got over on.
Yeah.
And they're not going to say anything. The people are not going to rise up and say anything. The people are not going to do anything.
That kid that egged that politician, that dude, man, he should have beat the piss out of that kid. That's what I think.
I say I like to egg a few politicians.
You don't. I'm saying though, you don't get to just go there going egging people. You don't assault people like that. What's wrong with you? They should have let the politician beat this man. He hit him a couple times. Then he tripped over the stand.
That's sad. That's on you. You tripping like you had your opportunity. You had 5 seconds. Get it done. Get the job done.
Cause you don't do stuff like that to people. Like I don't know what you had. What you putting on me?
It's Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, still, and even here, they would have been like, no, he had no right to hit the kid. No, he did. Because the kid went there and cracked the egg on his head. What kind of mess is that?
Why you gotta do what, man? You always gotta be looking over your shoulder. Like, what they
do no mess like that. Yeah, he should have smacked this out of that kid.
Yeah.
And then they praising the kid, talking about the kid was a hero and all that kind of bull crap.
A hero.
It would have been a hero.
That term is like
it's overused, man. Like you don't even.
That term's overrated. Hero. AOC is a hero.
They was calling Jesse Smollett a hero.
Yeah, Jesse Smollett is a hero.
Or Kaepernick.
There's 16 counts.
Kaepernick was a hero.
Yeah. Heroes. What is a hero? No, but yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's precursors, man. You got to look at history. Tells you what's going on, what they trying to do.
Yep,
history is telling you exactly what they're trying to do and what they're going to do when they get what they want.
Exactly. I mean, my God, like we've been alive for 20 plus years. I have never, ever in my 20 plus years of life heard about anything going down in New Zealand involving gun violence.
I know. All of a sudden,
one time we hear about New Zealand having an issue with gun violence,
they banned.
Tragic.
Everything.
49 people passed or more, whatever. It doesn't even matter. Like when we're talking about
you don't
the reaction. When we're talking about the reaction to the action that took place, the action really doesn't matter when we compare it to, once again, all of the innocent law-abiding citizens that have the same weapons that are responsible, that are now made criminals just off the actions of one individual.
That's what they want to do here, folks.
It's exactly what they want to do here.
They want to criminalize gun ownership.
When people are praising, we have politicians and whatnot all praising the actions of this prime minister for doing what they have done. When they are praising them, obviously in America, that's not how things work. You're not going to just make that call and be like, boom, this is what's going to happen. We're taking these guns off, we're banning these guns. But you know, that's not how things work in America.
They wish it did.
So
that's why they want to let
if these people are praising this person for doing that, then you already know what their mindset is. So to all those people that are always saying, oh no, the left is not trying to take your guns. They don't want your guns. That's not what they're doing. No, they're telling us from praising what this prime minister is doing. They're telling us, they're letting us know what they think. They're letting us know that that's what they want. They're letting us know that they don't give a crap about the Second Amendment in our Constitution. That's what they're telling us.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. They want to even the odds out for when this so-called this civil war happens. All these people on there talking about civil war going on. This civil war gonna happen. Da da da. Y'all don't even know what gender you are, but you talking about daggone a civil war.
You're right.
Figure out what bathroom you're gonna go to first. Figure that out first. Yeah, figure out which bathroom you're gonna go to, and then we'll figure out if you're gonna be shooting back at us or not.
Yeah, you can look down your pants and figure out what, based off of that information that you compile from looking down your pants, you can't figure out what bathroom that you're gonna go to or that you need to go to. Then yeah, we need to bag it up a little bit before we start talking about the gun issue.
I'm saying, you got man. I saw that video. Mark Dice had to put up a video on Twitter yesterday with that little drag queen boy.
The drag queen boy?
Yeah, the little boy.
The one that's on all them drugs?
The one that was in the strip club dancing.
The one that was twerking in the strip club?
And they was giving them grown tail men throwing dollars up.
Grown tail men throwing dollars at a twerking 12-year-old kid. No, 10-year-old kid.
Boy.
How many of y'all out there let y'all 10-year-old go to the strip club and twerk for dollars? That's crazy, right? That's crazy to even say, right?
The things.
Cuckoo.
The ways I want to dispose of those people.
I think they all nihilists.
It ain't right, man. You don't do that to kids, man. Like, now, if you want to do that with a grown man, do your thing. That's your business. But you don't bring kids into that type of lifestyle, into that world. And
yeah.
It take me. I'm telling you, man.
The Amazing Desmond. Is that really what they call him? The Amazing Desmond? His name is Desmond. I remember that.
I think that is his little handle now.
The Amazing Desmond.
Yeah. Come on, that's like, so you can keep that up there on YouTube.
Cass said the Amazing Lucas.
You can keep that up. I hope not.
Y'all want to see Lucas twerk?
Oh God, no. Good God. Not at all. Not at all. No.
Oh snap.
But yeah, you got this little kid doing that crap, and then Mark, that's like, so this don't get flagged by YouTube. That's fine.
That's crazy.
That's okay.
That's crazy.
That's okay. But the content that we put out is flagged, and we can't get views or nothing.
Yeah,
we get censored. But the little kid in the strip club
that's been given drugs.
It's fine.
That was a video going around with his like parents or whatever. I don't even call them parents. His
you can't even call them guardians.
I can't call them guardians.
His handlers.
His pimps.
There you go.
His pimps.
There you go. His pimps.
His pimps were sitting there with him, and the little kid was talking about the drugs that he takes. You know, the different drugs. And I can't even remember the name. He was pronouncing them better than I can even enunciate words. He was like, "Yeah, I take this drug," and he's talking about how he likes the drugs and stuff. And I'm like, dude, this kid.
It's a kid, man.
They got this kid doped up, and he is being pimped out by these grown-tailed men who he calls his parents.
Ain't no,
but that is okay.
Telling what else they doing to him.
Yeah, ain't no telling what they doing to him. Ain't no telling what he doing to them. And he's and they're getting paid off this, and YouTube is okay with it. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, they don't want the truth coming out. They don't want real. Man, it's all of it. Is an attack on manhood. I go back to that all the time. You can see the signs. They're attacking manhood. Because when you can get the men out the way and make the men servile and weak, you can take over the society. It's a whole lot easier. When the fighters are gone, it's a whole lot easier. If you can come into a house, who they gonna attack first? If we standing in the living room, me, my wife, and my 2 kids standing in the living room, and somebody want to come in and ransack the house in broad daylight, who they gonna take out first? They gonna take me out first.
I don't know, man. So what you telling me basically is we can't protect America with a country full of Michael Jacksons?
No.
I'm a lover, not a fight.
10 years ago, I would have punched in your mouth. You can't do it, man.
Oh, snap.
You can't do it.
Hey,
you cannot do it. You talk about that daggone toxic masculinity. When you don't have that, society dies.
Yeah, that's true though.
It dies because you don't have a means to sustain anything. You can be infiltrated much easier that way.
Yeah, true.
The man is always attacked first.
Exactly. And
you can sit there and not like it all you want to. That's just a fact. That's what happens.
So do you think that that has any correlation to the idea of disarming the people? Do you think it's just disarming the people in general, or can that also be perceived as an attack on masculine or the man?
Well, who used the weapons?
Well, there are women who use weapons as well.
I'm talking about as a majority.
Yeah, it's still a majority. Yeah, you still.
The man is the one that's going to use the weapon.
Don't ask me stats. I don't know stats, but
you take the weaponry away. He has nothing to fight with. Even if it's easier that way. So it's like a cheat code. We take the weapons away. Even if they do want to fight, what can they do?
Yeah.
What can they do? Now we can rebel and we can sit there and but the way they doing it, man, it's like a double hit.
Yeah.
It's like a double. It's a double attack. Like they got us pinned in the center, and they pinceling. They closing the pencils on us. And then on the other side, you taking the weaponry away. And our ability to fight, our means to be able to sustain what we got.
So maybe it's not so much as a focused attack on the male, but more so maybe it's more so looked at as the structure, just destroying the structure. Because if some families don't have a man that then I guess it will be up to the woman to protect their kids and everything. And if she is able to, she still has to be able to defend her family still. Yeah. So if I can take that, then I'm destroying the structure, because I can still come in and control you. So maybe it's not so much as a focus on the man, focus on the male, and when we're talking about taking away firearms, but still just on the sense of to control the structure of your family. I replace whoever is in that position with myself, meaning the government or whatever. I'm still going to replace myself, so I'm not looking.
Yeah, but the main attack was on the men. Because all of us even have the conversation about yeah, we attack the women. Like you had to move the man first.
Still had to move the man out of the way. But I guess that still has to do with, like we talked about last night a little bit about liberty and the idea of liberty being freedom plus morality. Their morality sense is in there, and we talked about where people's morals actually come from. Like the shooter, the New Zealand shooter, I said his ideology probably was nihilism, so he doesn't believe in anything. So he probably doesn't believe in morality at all. But then there are individuals who think that their morality comes from themselves. I guess
and they never will because of the Second Amendment.
I guess atheists would subscribe to that idea that, you know, they have their morals come from themselves because they don't believe in a higher being. But with people that are like Christians, Jews, Muslims, whatever, they believe that morality comes from a higher place, like a higher being, I guess, so to speak. So,
and that's why they had to get rid of the main three religions.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, in a sense, like talking about, you know, the structure of the family or whatnot, then that structure is there because you believe that there is a higher being that set it in place.
I got somebody I got to answer to after I leave.
Yeah, so I said you believe that higher being set it in place where the man, the woman, then the kids. You believe that somebody else, the nuclear family structure. Yeah. So if you don't have any morals or whatnot, then you don't even really believe in that structure. You probably don't even believe in that structure.
Well, no,
so it's easy to come in
toxic. And boom. It was brought in by masculinity.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, it's oppression. It's how they perceive it.
Yeah.
But look at how much better it worked when it was like that across the board. Yeah. And look at society now as a whole. When you got little 12-year-old boys dancing in strip clubs with grown-tail men throwing dollars out.
And do you think that those grown-tail men, like as they are, even if they're men, even though they're men, do you think that they are thinking about protecting themselves with firearms, the homes and stuff? I highly doubt it.
Probably not.
I'm pretty sure they subscribe to the idea that
they'd rather have a room full of dildos for the buttholes. That's what they'd rather have.
They're toast for the buttholes.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not sorry. I'm saying, instead of having firearms to protect themselves, they'd rather have.
So that's what I'm talking about.
Things to penetrate themselves. That's rather what they have.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Screw protection. Let's go for penetration.
DP. Let's do a bit on Pornhub or something. So basically, that's what I'm talking about, man. I think it's more of an attack on like the structure more so than just the man. But I guess those two coincide as well. You know, because if you're destroying that structure, if you believe that there higher being creation, then you're gonna know that, hey, man, woman, children, that's how the structure goes. So if we are going to attack the structure, then we have to attack the man first. You know, whether it's going to be with just laws that we're making, whether it's through just killing him by his mental state, whether we're destroying his cellular structure, or whether we're just destroying his ideology and his belief in the idea that there is a higher being, whether we're coming at it from, I don't know, the idea of procreation, you know, because, I mean, at the end of the day, two men can't procreate. So
neither can two.
You got to do something. Neither can two women. So whether you're destroying that mindset, and I don't know what their idea is of control, but I know that the leftist mindset, like we talked about last night as well, leftist ideology is always going to go back to control. So
it goes deeper. If we're gonna go, you can go into the whole good versus evil deal, but that's a whole. Yeah. That's a whole. And maybe we're gonna do a show whenever we go into that.
Maybe.
And we have somebody on that can articulate that in a very, very accurate way, but
not today, Eric.
Not today. What did Onion say? Oh, no country has invaded the United States successfully because of the Second Amendment. Yeah.
Because of the Second Amendment.
Because of the Second. Now, that could maybe that leads to a misconception, because we tend to believe that the amendments gave us our rights, instead of acknowledging the fact that those rights existed already.
Yeah.
Your right to self-defense existed already. No one should be able to tell you that you cannot protect yourself with this or that. Who are they to tell you that? Now, who are you? Who are you? Especially when you're using that thing.
Exactly.
Oh, so your life is more important than mine. Is what you're telling me. Your child's life is more valuable than mine, than my child's life. And when you tell a father that, he ready to punch you in your mouth. A mother too. But I'm pretty sure the father can do more damage.
True.
Which is why they need to get rid of him. I don't need that problem. Men coming together to combat an entity? No, that's not good. I don't need that.
That's true. So it wasn't because it's specific. I guess you're saying
because it's a double standard. It's a double thing. Like, all right, the father is more likely to go abroad and battle for his kids or his family. Most of the time, a woman gonna have her kid with her. Mm-hmm. She's not gonna go too far from them and leave them by themselves.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there.
So if you got a bunch of men and a bunch of women together, you got a force that's going out to fight. You got a force that's at home still. Mm-hmm. Because you look at different places in history where the men left and went out to fight. You had older men that stayed back, but the women actually took the roles and did what needed to be done in the city areas. So we're not saying that women can't do it. We're not saying that, but it's a different role, and they're attacking masculinity. It's everywhere.
Family structure.
It's everywhere.
I still think it was the same thing though. Family structure, masculinity.
Yeah.
Inevitably, I think that it's pretty much the same target.
Yeah, they coincide. They right there together. I give you that.
Yeah.
I give you that. But there's so much, man. There's so much in history, man. They tell you exactly what they're doing. They ain't doing nothing new. Nothing new at all.
It's true.
It's right there. All you gotta do is look at it. It's right there. And when you see it, it's like, dang, yo. We might need to put some people up front to hold this off, because this ain't good. We are not headed down a good path here.
Yeah. So basically, man, look, once they start talking about back to the guns and the whole situation in New Zealand, once they start like we were talking about terminology earlier,
yeah,
for them to say, yeah, this is specifically what we're banning. We're not gonna just say we're gonna ban all guns. We're not gonna say that.
No, that's too blatant.
Because that's too, like you said, that's too blatant. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
for us to disguise it as something that's gonna help.
All military grade, semi-automatics. And if you don't understand what military grade is, you don't understand what semi-automatic is, you don't understand the terminology that they're using.
But then you gotta look at the fact
they can get over on you.
That where do most of the military grade weapons come from? Most of them start in the private sector.
Yeah.
Basically, every one of them starts in the private sector.
But you ask them, you got
so it's not military grade.
But you ask them what military grade or military style even means.
They don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna vary. I was even reading some place where it was saying basically that terminology came from Hitler.
Every military uses different weapons.
When his ran with the Nazis, somebody say y'all some Nazis. Anytime I'm talking about military style weapons, that's the ones we're gonna ban. Y'all some Nazis. That's Hitlerian. Because
it was a dude back in 1930. I think it was the early 1930s. It was a gangster.
Yeah,
I cannot remember his name, but he got raided and they took his shotgun.
He got raided.
He got arrested or something. They took his shotgun, and when he went to court, he was suing them for his stuff back.
Word. And
the court told him, no, you can't have it back. Why? Because the military don't use that type of weapon. So no, you can't have it back. Because the military don't use it. So if the military had used it, he could have had it back. Why? Because you have the right to have the same type of weaponry that the military has. If they going to war with the best of the best,
yeah,
and they run by the federal government, and the federal government says, hey, we want this town wiped out because we can't control them, and the military comes with the best of the best, but you've been barred from having the best of the best. Who at the disadvantage? You are. You. And your government just pissed off you. Mm-hmm. And saying? That's what they do. They're setting themselves up to have us believe that they are the overlords.
Exactly.
That they are the higher beings and we work for them. But we don't. We do not.
And that is what's so scary about getting somebody in who subscribes to leftist ideology, because you look at Stalin, you look at Hitler, you look at Chavez, all those people subscribe to leftist ideology. So if someone gets into the position to be able to control the executive branch, and we've also, when we're giving president basically power to, through executive order to pretty much do anything. So
he's basically a king.
Yeah.
I do not agree with that.
So if he's already he controls the executive. So if he comes in and he wants to, like you just said, I'm just going to the idea that you just said, the military coming in and taking, because a lot of people say, well, that's not going to happen. That's not.
It's done happened before. How you think they moved the freaking Indians onto the reservation?
Exactly.
With the freaking army.
With the army. So if you get the one who controls that, and they subscribe to leftist ideology, you don't think they're going to do the same thing that's been done in other countries before? Of course they are.
Yeah.
They just have to fight much harder to do it because of the Constitution, because we actually recognize that there, through morality and freedom, which equals liberty, through liberty, we understand and we recognize that through a higher being, we have rights that cannot be controlled by other men.
With that being said, was that move or those moves that they did, were they like covered by the Constitution? No. They were going against the Constitution.
Contradiction.
But what happened? No one stood up and fought back.
Exactly.
And that's what always happens.
It's an idea. It's an ideology. Just because it's on paper don't mean that people got to follow it. And people won't follow it because people have their own ideas.
And people don't stand up and say, bro, you gotta do what this says that you're supposed to do.
Yeah. And if you don't know what it says, then you can't correct people.
That.
You can't hold people to a standard and when you don't even know the standard. If the standard is the Constitution of the United States of America, you got to know it. Every American should know it.
They used to teach it.
They used to teach it.
The school system decided, oh, that's a non-importance.
And then also freaking like colleges. Some colleges supposedly teach it, but they put their own spin.
They
on
teach it about interpretation.
Yeah.
It's how you interpret it. No. A
lot of kids.
It means what it says. It's very simple. It's a simple read. It's not. It ain't that hard to understand. It ain't big.
And then too, like if you're not gonna go back and look at the documents from the actual founding fathers, from the discussions that they had in the Federalist and Anti-Federalist paper where they argue the ins and outs of the documents, man, you still doing people a disservice because you're just basically going off of your interpretation of it versus the people who actually compiled it and actually did the studies to compile it.
This is why you need to go to Liberty First University.
Liberty First University.
We're going to keep on plugging it because it's off the chain.
Go to libertyfirstuniversity.com, sign up, take the courses. It's amazing. You're going to learn a whole lot more than you're going to learn in any government indoctrination center in America. So do yourself a favor and go subscribe to that.
Go subscribe to that.
So yeah, basically, yeah.
It's crazy though.
People are going to go against this standard that America has set. The idea that there is a higher being who gives us these freedoms, that it comes from a higher being, that the morality comes from something outside of our own ideas and ideology. So if it does come from something greater, then no man can tell us different. Yeah. And there are going to be people that try to tell us different.
Exactly.
And we have to go back and say, hey, no. You don't get to create the standard. The standard's already set. This is what we decided we was going by. Exactly. And this is what we're going to go by. And if you don't want to go by that, you can go live somewhere else. Yep. We talk about slavery. We always talk about slavery. No, the standard is set when it said we the people, and when it says that every man, all men created equal. Yeah, that was the standard that was set. People weren't going by that at the time.
We've been trying to experiment. We're trying to get to where we're living by the standard of the Constitution. Now we're walking backwards from it.
Yeah.
These days, and it's time for us to stand up and be like, no, we need to go. That's where we're supposed to be going. That's where we're going.
Exactly, and we got to get
turn around. Let's go. Did you know that the First Amendment also covers people's right to hate speech, which can go both ways? Exactly. Hate speech is covered under the First Amendment.
Yep.
Now, might have people that's like, hey, that ain't right. Yes, it is. Somebody can hate you all day long, and they can express themselves and tell you how much they hate you.
And if I and if I don't agree with something that he says or how he says it, then it might upset me. But stop watching.
Exactly.
Stop listening.
Can't be going suing people because they hurt your feelings. Did he threaten your life or anybody else's life?
Was your life harmed? No.
No.
You just didn't agree with what they said.
So move on, grow a pair of balls, and go about your business.
But yeah, back to that's why we all
women don't grow pairs of balls. See, you can't say that. I can't say that today because folks will be like, "Oh yeah, I can go get that surgery and actually get some balls." No, that's not what I mean. Folks take stuff so literally these days. You gotta say stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess so. The balls can be hanging low just like people's pants in New Zealand because they can't have belts anymore because they regulated. Stop. Still gonna go back. Fact check. No.
It's crazy, man. They're trying their best to regulate everything we do.
But yeah, like just
after a while they're gonna have a tax on us. Well, the carbon tax, they was trying to do that crap.
But back to the point we was talking about with the whole, the guns and stuff, man. It's like that we need to get back on the same page with that as well. We were just talking about the Constitution. We was talking about the standard. We was talking about how you can figure out the standard. Actually look into what the founding fathers said in their own documents, which can be found in research. So we got to get back to that, so we can go back the same way. We can't be looking at New Zealand. They haven't acknowledged the Constitution. They haven't acknowledged the morality that we're talking about. That there's a higher being that gave us our rights and is not regulated by man. They haven't acknowledged that. Man, Australia hasn't acknowledged that. None of the other countries have acknowledged that. We acknowledge that, so we have to try every day to get on the same page to get back to that standard.
And hold on to it.
We can't be saying, "Oh, that country did something right because I agree with it. We do what they did." Let's try to fudge a law in here to make that. No,
you can't go changing stuff and taking away fundamental human rights.
Thanks, Cass.
Because what? Because you feel a certain way, or it hurts that this happened. No, it's their right to be able to protect themselves. Just because somebody did something wrong, you can't go stepping on people's rights. Because he did something wrong, and you lose your right to protect yourself. That's stupid.
Exactly.
And that's tyrannical. That is tyrannical. Who are you to say that this person can't have this? Or that person can't have that? If they made a fundamental deal with somebody and they acquired what they got, it's theirs. Property rights are very important. Very important. You can't regulate people's property.
You can't take my bus stop.
If their property does not hurt another individual, you cannot take it from them. Just saying, if a man if somebody, this is gonna sound crazy, but
did you see the Free State of Jones? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Free State Jones off the chain.
Yep.
I hate Matthew McConaughey, but after watching that movie, I kind of like him a little bit.
He was dope in that movie, though.
He gained my respect a little bit in that movie.
Yeah, he did his thing in that movie. I like that.
Everybody at some point in time is somebody else's nigga. I was like, dang, that's deep.
Oh yeah, that was deep. That's deep. That was a moving part.
Oh, that's crazy.
Everybody.
I never thought
that's
about
it. That's a line from the movie.
Like,
whoa. That's a line from the movie.
That's what's up. But yeah, where was I at? Crap. He took me off on the thing with Free State of Jones.
That's your fault, man.
God dang. Can't stand that.
That's your brain. It's not his fault that your brain works slow.
I was talking about property rights. Oh, I said I was gonna say something crazy. But yeah, if a dude got a dungeon in his basement and he got all this stuff in there, it is not your job to go down there and take his stuff away. If he ain't got nobody in there torturing people and hurting people, it's his business what's in his basement.
It's his basement.
It's his basement.
It's his property. But
it's his basement. But if you got just cause to think that he really got somebody down there, okay, you can get a warrant to search the place. For what you want the search place for. Not so you can go in there and tear all his stuff out of pieces and take what you want out the house. No. You don't mess with his other stuff. Your job is to go down there. You think something in the basement, you go in the basement. You don't go all over.
And that's what stuff gets kind of messy, man, because
it does.
We don't. I'm just on the basis of we are brought up thinking, okay, yeah, you buy this property, you own this land, or whatever, but every year you still have to do what? Pay land taxes. So, like, do you really own it?
No.
Do you really own it?
You paying rent for your land.
You paying rent for your land, if you think about it. So it's like when stuff like that happens,
right.
we're fighting against the fact that they're trying to come take my stuff, but in their minds, in the government's
it ain't
idea,
yours.
It's not yours anyway. Because you pay me rent for this every year. That's how that's how Big Brother looks at it.
The government is not supposed to be able to do that. It's not their job.
Yeah, they're not even supposed to be doing that.
The government's job is to protect private property and make sure that foreign invaders don't come in and take what's yours. They are supposed to be there to protect, not to regulate to death, and not to take from.
And that's why I put a post up today that says allowing the government to regulate anything ensures that they'll attempt to regulate everything at some point in time. They're going to attempt to regulate everything.
If it was not written down, they can't do it. If it did not say the federal government, this is your jurisdiction, and this is your jurisdiction, and this is your jurisdiction, anything outside of what was written, they are not supposed to be able to step into. But we don't know that, so we think they have bounds to step into everything.
Exactly.
Most everything else got to deal with your state.
Yeah.
Just like firearms. If the firearm don't cross state lines, they can't regulate where it's at. The federal government has no jurisdiction over that because it did not cross state lines. It's not interstate commerce at that time.
Exactly. That's another thing.
It belongs to the state and the individuals that did the transaction. Where they say, well, you can't do, you got the gun laws and stuff, and people getting killed and people buying guns and stuff, and then folks can just give guns to their family members and stuff because it's my property. It all stems from the belief that every individual is a sovereign being, is a sovereign individual. You are responsible for you. The government is not responsible for you. It's up to you to do right. Not the government to make you do right.
Hey, that's a good point. And Cryptic, going off of that, he just said, I remember you also used to be able to take up for yourself without the police.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if we got a problem at our house, and I got a problem in our little neighborhood, I don't call the cops.
Yeah, we
deal with it.
Stupid stuff you calling the cops. Well, it was two cops across the street the other day, and two people just
arguing. So you gonna call them to the house because you arguing.
They were arguing.
And then you mad when the cop arrests somebody. You shouldn't have called them to your house, stupid.
Exactly.
Don't call the cops to your house with little spats and stuff. Fight it out and get it over with and deal with it. Or stop being an idiot and having arguments at your house.
If I'm a cop and you call me up there and I'm like, this is stupid, why?
I'm arresting somebody because I had to come out.
I'm arresting all y'all.
I'm not going back to the daggone station empty-handed because I can't wear out here. Oh, somebody coming back. I'm not. I did not come out here for a daggone night trip. I did not feel like coming out here. No. Somebody's coming back home with me.
One of y'all coming home with me. All right.
You call people.
Oh, we scrapping one.
Stupid stuff. And then one time about F the police. No, don't say F the police. You keep calling them.
You keep calling them. Why are you calling them? And then you gonna say screw them.
Like dang.
He knock your head against that dryer and that washer. You calling him.
Exactly.
Or her.
Then when he get there and do what he's supposed to do, then you mad at him. Free him. Free Ray Ray.
Free my nigga.
Free Ray Ray. No, Ray knocked your head in between the wash and the dryer. And you gonna call him back and get knocked right back there behind the refrigerator next time. And we gonna be calling 911. Stop calling the cops for everything.
Hey, you know they should
handle it yourself.
They should regulate that. Like there should be a specific number, and you shouldn't be able to get the number to the police until you do like a certain amount of like community work or something, or make a.
You ain't earned.
You
ain't earned all that on services yet. Deal with it yourself.
IG. We about to be off IG.
Sovereign individuals, man.
Deuces.
Peace out, IG. Love ya. But yeah, sovereign individuals. It's up to you to deal with you. If I want to sell something to somebody, that's my business. That's my business. And it got nothing to do with the government. Screw the government. That's where the issue comes in. Get mad. Drugs came into. They brought drugs to the inner cities and stuff. Did you have to take them? You are a sovereign individual. You did not have to take them. They didn't put a gun in your head and say take these drugs. No. You dealt with it and you used that as a part of commerce. Now it done destroyed your community and now you mad. Sovereign individuals. If you believe that you're a sovereign individual, it puts more responsibility on you, and you will be like, you'll be more inclined to try to make the right decision. Because it all falls back on you. It was the white man. Yep. It's always the white man. The white man, the white man, the white man, and his cracker hands. That's what it is. You want to blame somebody else for everything. Folks always want to blame somebody else.
We don't call cops, we call family. That's what's up, the Joker.
There you go.
We call family.
That's how it was supposed to be. The cops were just there as peace officers, man.
Peace officers.
Make sure you ain't killing each other.
But now we want them, by the same token,
get my cat out the tree up there.
They are the ones who are out of order because of police brutality and different things going on. We got to say they're the ones that are out of order. But like you said, we gave them the power to do it. And then we complain about that being the case. But then we want them to be the only ones that have firearms. And it's like, out of two sides of your mouth, you speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
We want to enact law. We want to implement laws and legislation that gives the government more power, which is going to say we don't have the right to protect ourselves, so we give more power to the government.
And then you get mad when they use their daggone government hitmen
when they're
to oppress you.
You know why? Because they got too much power.
Exactly.
You
and we gave it to
them.
Too much power. And we gave it to them. That's why I said earlier, it's always the people's fault. It's our fault because we gave it to them. They can't take it unless we give it to them.
That's why people that understand that. That's why people were upset. The people that were upset with Kanye West when he said that slavery was a choice were the people that don't understand it.
Or they choose not to understand it. Because I don't want this to be my responsibility. Oh, no.
Yeah, they don't want to take blame.
Don't blame me.
It's our fault that we've given all this.
No, it's the government's fault. It's the government's fault. We gave it to the government so we wouldn't have to blame ourselves.
This is a nation of choice. We have options.
You always have options, man. It's always a choice. You are not a serf.
And I said this is a nation because we recognize it. It's every nation is a nation of choice. Everybody has a choice.
Yeah.
It's just that we recognize that. And if you don't recognize it, that's why you are down in the dumps. That's why you're feeling like this nation is crap. That's why you're feeling like that somebody's holding you back and holding you down because you don't recognize it in your own brain that you have the choice and the option is given to you by God Almighty.
Yep.
But you don't recognize it.
You have given your sovereignty and your power to an invisible entity called the government.
He said, wait, you're on like Beto making a point one more time.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Maybe I should wave my arms like Elizabeth Warren.
No, you should not do that. Now, while you sitting beside me, you ain't. Yes, sir. We got choices, dog. Remember we just had that thing about choices? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to explain this one more time.
Bro. I'm going to use my choice today. I'm going to throat punch you. Yeah, you always got choices, man.
Oh, snap.
Always got choices. Every single day.
Exactly.
We either make the right ones or the wrong ones.
All right. Time we going live. With my man.
What, with Magnificent? Yeah. At 8. At 8. So, I mean, that's what it is, man. You got to believe that you are a sovereign individual, and I think if we can get back to where most of this nation thinks that way, we can start making some decent choices.
Exactly.
Take your sovereignty back from whoever you gave it to.
And realize where it actually comes from.
Exactly.
So that's the word. That's where it comes from. We can't look at other nations and try to be like them. We can't give props to New Zealand for making the moves they made if we know that move that they made is a complete contradiction to the standard that we agreed to be set.
Which is the Constitution.
On this land.
It's a precursor to what the tyrants want.
And also remember that you cannot make that distinction if you don't know the standard.
There you go.
So study the standard.
You can't win the game if you don't know the rules of the game.
Exactly. All right, y'all.
So
we appreciate y'all watching us and coming out chilling with us. Everybody who has stayed with us for this past hour or so. We're gonna go ahead and knock off here.
Check us out with Magnificent at 8.
Yep, in about an hour we're gonna be on with Magnificent. So check us out there if you haven't followed him. I don't know where he is. Like he on YouTube and everything, right? So yeah, Magnificent. Type him in, you'll find him. Magnificent.
Hi, everybody on live, order your HB hats. Hey, we got a lot of HB gear, man. We got beach towels.
Link's gonna be in the description below for our merchandise that we have out now. Support us.
Check it out.
Yeah. It's how we get paid now. So
yeah, it's like yeah.
It's what we do now. So check our merchandise out, support us. It's greatly appreciated. We love you guys. We appreciate you taking the time out
so much
with us. Till next time, guys. Continue to fight for the Constitution.
With these. So that hopefully
and preferably
we never have to use these. Peace.
Deuce.